Hello guys, I'm back with another reaction. So I haven't watched this one yet. We're going to watch it together in real time. I saw the preview for it that he shows at the beginning, and I know that there was some music somewhere up in here, but I haven't watched it yet. So I did see him bracing this tire, and that's when I decided to just not even watch anymore and go ahead and do a reaction to it, because we watched Tim deflate this tire in real time, and he didn't make a big fuss about it. He did not um, scold himself. He made no comment about it. He just shrugged it off like, no big deal, and went on to finishing what he was doing with the skirting. And my issue with that is that he holds everybody else to such a strict code when it comes to perfection, and he never does that for himself. We watched him go outside of the lines every day that he records a video. Yet and still, if anybody else does it, they're not, he gives them no grace for human error. But we're supposed to give it to him. Absolutely not. If you expect perfection, that goes across the board, including for yourself. So now he's having to attend to this repair. And I, haven't seen it yet, so I don't know the outcome. I don't know if he's coming back with the same tire, if he's going to be able to get it fixed, or if he's going to have to get a new tire. And now, I know one of you all in the comments mentioned that if the tire is not going on the road, then there's less of a less rules in place for patching it. And I understand that. I wasn't wondering patching for like legal purposes. I was saying, will it even be able to hold air, depending on how, the flat happened. But I'll just be curious to see. And I didn't find that exact tire, but I did find a bad boy tire, and it was around $600 for a new tire.
Is IAG Farms. It's all about God, as y'all already know. And today we got a lot of work to get done, actually off the farm. Y'all see that I have that flat tire. And if you missed the video, the last day that I worked on skirting on the house, framing everything in, I got a flat somewhere along the way. I think I might have just had too much weight in the bucket of the tractor without any counterweight on the back. And that tire was kind of, had a slow leak in it. And it wouldn't air it all the way up. And then when I put that weight in the front bucket with that crushing run, I think it popped the bead on the tire from the rim. I think that's what happened, because it's been had.
Did y'all buy that? Because that's not what he made it sound like when he had the flat. He's backing down now. He's making excuses for his mess ups. He's trying to make it seem a little more mundane. And I know that I made a fuss about it. I'm not sure about other reactors, but if they did, then he is now trying to downplay talking about messing up this expensive equipment. Meanwhile, he can't find the money for his child a new pair of boots. I thought Junior may have finally gotten boots, and somebody said that they're Megan's boots. And if that is the case, you are the sorriest man on earth that I know. So sorry. And for every subscriber of his that comes over here trying to support him, trying to have his back and defend him, please defend that. Don't come over here and say anything else about anything else that I have to say. If you get underneath this video, I need for you to defend why his oldest son, has not gotten any boots for himself, and he's had to resort to wearing his mom's boots. Defend that. Before you say anything else, defend that. So now here he is trying to, Tim tires me out. The mental acrobats with him is unreal. We watch him and feel this way. I can't imagine living with that presence. I wouldn't be able to. I would have already chunked the deuces and been out. But for Megan, who's sticking around, and the children who have no choice, it has to be hell on earth. It just has to be.
Slow leak that I should have been fixed a long time ago. But that's how it is, though. When you skip steps, it ends.
And then I watched the video yesterday that he put out, which I'm going to get to, and he's all groomed in that one. He's still looking like Wolfman Jack in this one. So I just really cannot stand the way he puts videos out. It's something up here that makes no sense. It has no rhyme or reason to it. And, you know, he'll say it's working for him because he's going to put them out how he wants to. But the person at home, the average viewer, it's irritating. He'll say, I know y'all get confused. There's no confusion. We're calling you out on it because we can see it plainly. It's stupid. That's what we're trying to get across to you. To see you in one video looking like you just cut your hair, trim your beard, and then the very next one you show us with you looking like you were before that video. It's stupid. The sequence is stupid, not confusing. Maybe what we say is confusing to you. We're not confused. We're irritated. Nobody thinks that this is a good setup. Looking like he just came out of the bush. Been lost for 10 years. And in the video you saw yesterday, he's all clean cut. I don't get it. I don't.
Costing you in the end. But it's just time to do things like that. When you're doing a project, there comes a point in time where you have to take a minute, show a little bit of love to your equipment, to your trucks, trailers, and things like that, because we're using them.
Comes a minute when you have to show a little bit of love. Oh my God. You know, if you don't show love to your vehicles, they will show you why you should have. He didn't do preventive maintenance. He said he had a slow leak on it. And he says that a lot out here on this property about his tires. He'll know that there's a slow leak and do nothing about it. Your vehicle will give out on you so fast. Like I told you. I told you a month ago and you ignored it. I told you 2 days ago and you ignored it. Like you can't. You don't get to pick and choose when you do maintenance on your vehicles and you know that there's an issue. But here he is setting this scene up to make it seem like he's being responsible, and he's not. Tim couldn't use that equipment anymore until he got that tire fixed. He's not being responsible. Now he's being reactive instead of proactive. He's not being responsible. There's no responsibility in anything that's happening right now. If he does not go get that tire fixed, then he cannot use that equipment. He's not putting love into anything. He has to get the tire fixed or it does not move. That's period. And he can't fix it himself, so he's having to take it off of the equipment to go and get something done to it. He loves to sound. It's like he has a character in his head that he believes he's selling to people, and nobody's buying it. Okay, I'm going to go on. In this shirt that looks like it's been sweated in 11 times.
They're not just there to look pretty, but I want to get that tire fixed. And also, we got the call from the butcher. Y'all know that we took 1 extra hog to the processor after we took the 5 hogs and got them all turned into sausage, which y'all saw us smoke a couple videos ago. And that smoked sausage has been delicious. And we're gearing up now. We have everything organized and sorted, and we're about to start giving.
Look like a bunch of raw pink snakes with some dark spots in them. Look like albino snakes is what you had. Some of them, after He finished smoking them, looked like they had vitiligo. Still had pink spots. How do you let them go through that process and some of them still look raw in areas? Nothing is delicious about that. Nothing is safe about possibly still raw meat sitting next to cooked meat. There's a term for that. I can't think of what it is, but there's a term for that. Mixing them. Okay, we're going to go on.
To some of our neighbors and families that we gave to in the fall when we did our big harvest of those feeder pigs.
Tim keeps trying to sell us on the fact that he gave away some meat. And nobody believes that either. He didn't record it. There has not been anything out here on this farm that Tim has mentioned that he doesn't have proof of. So the minute he doesn't have proof of it in recent days, it didn't happen. His mind is wired to record whatever. Tim will watch his wife struggle just to make sure he gets a good shot. He puts the camera on anybody that steps foot on their property. He used to do it out in public until he got shut down too much. It didn't happen. No meat was given away other than to Alan, who gave them praises for it and asked for some more. He'll never call another name. He'll never do that. Friends and family, who talking to you? Who's dealing with you? Who took some meat from you, Tim? You won't even call the family member's name, and I wonder why. You didn't say my sister. You didn't say my brother. You didn't say my mom. You didn't say my dad. You didn't say cousins up the street. What family? What friends and what family, what neighbors did you give meat to? Other than Alan. People would like to know. Since you don't have video of it, where's your other proof? Because right now it just sounds like story time, like we're in a fairy tale. Where's the proof? Have to ask for proof because you've been out here for years now saying what you're giving away and nobody has seen it. But one time you gave it away to a failing food pantry that needed you long before you decided to give some meat away. A failing, at that point, about to lock their doors. They were like, 2.5 months away from locking their doors when you decided to go and give to a place that you've been knowing about. He does not have a giving spirit. He has not been out there giving away meat. Anybody that's out there watching this and thinking he's telling you the truth, I promise you he's not. Now, you can either waste your time and give Tim some more months of your life and then get upset, or you can listen to people who have already learned that lesson for you. And that's not just me. After this video is published, all you have to do is go into the comment section and you will see all of us there. We all congregate and have a family reunion about believing this fool, for even if it was for one video. If it was just for one, you feel some type of way when you realize he's on here acting out a role. Nothing about this is real life for him. He'll sacrifice his children for the way he wants the content of these videos to roll out.
And we're just going to give a little bit of extra love, extra blessing to some of those families in our area, our neighbors and things like that. But yeah, so I got to go pick that hog up. I want to get that tire.
The news clips that I showed people in their area starving, having a hard time making ends meet. It showed people saying that they didn't know what their next move was going to be when their food pantry shut down. He's not being for real. He's not serious about what he's saying. But he's putting it on people that are actually going through that. He's making empty promises to people who are out there really in need. But he's not going to do it.
Fixed. And also, we have baby meat chickens coming. I'm going to show y'all the brooder. If you haven't seen the amazing brooder that I built for my wife and my kids. It's pretty much like a homeschool type thing.
This waist high brooder. He's about to show y'all a brooder that the boys couldn't reach into. Nobody but Megan and Barely Jr. could reach over in it. And everybody that reaches over into it has to fold their body in half and risk the choice, not the choice, risk the let me calm down because I can't even form my words. Him and all this lying just be getting to me. Okay. They risk the chance of falling over in it because he has misbuilt it. The measurements are off. The setup is weird. And it's really not functional for anybody but him, and his mom was able to reach over into it comfortably. That's it. The rest of his family it's dangerous for them, including Megan. But him and his brooder.
It's a beautiful thing on the farm because
no, it's not.
We're homeschooling,
oh,
and also the things that we do on the farm to put meat on our table, like the best quality meat you can get is the meat that you raise yourself.
That's not true. Some people, yes, but not out there. Tim's animals eat off the ground. Tim's animals are never seen by a vet. Tim's animals, he does not know if they have any disease before they're taken to get slaughtered. Tim's animals eat at his discretion. There are a lot of things about Tim's animals that are deficient. So that's not a general statement. For some people, yes, they know what their animals have come in contact with. They know how they were fed. But for these animals out here, it's still like Russian roulette. Like it's Russian roulette. You don't know what you're going to get with those animals out there. They're nasty. They treat the animals nasty. They feed the animals sparingly. He relies on dirt and their own feces to feed them. He's not telling the truth right now. His animals don't go in that category of what he just said.
And not processed, not no extra steroids and hormones and all those type of things. But as we're raising the meat, we're all
no, just the exercise, salmonella and parasites and whatever else that they can come in contact with out there. That's what theirs have.
Also providing education for our kids, and so they're learning about a lot of things. But this is the amazing brooder that I built for more.
Now look at the shape it's still in. Just look at that. Has not been cleaned out from the last, but you can still see dried urine. You can still see feces. You can still see that those last group of birds had their way with that brooder. And what would they do? Just stack something on top of it. Something is festering in there, and they won't clean up in behind it. This is IAG Farms. People that don't believe in cleaning anything, they don't believe in sanitation, they don't believe in sterilization, will have you with food poisoning. Now he's showing this brooder and trying to be proud of it. Let me let y'all get all angles of it. Because look at that corner up there. You can just see it. Everything is dried up on there and you still can see it. It still looks like something is living in that. He doesn't know filth. He does not know filth. He can't be embarrassed of it. He can't hide it because he doesn't even know what it is. He doesn't. He's oblivious to it. It's like he makes excuses to not have to use soap and water. He feels like soap and water are the enemy. That's how he treats it. That's what I see.
Wife and kids, and we got in here and cleaned it out. And we put down black trash bags, and that's one of the things I have on my list.
Tim said they got in there and cleaned it out. That's them cleaning, y'all. That is them cleaning. They cleaned it out. That's what he just said. Tim, do you not understand that the things you left behind is the very place that things would be hiding, breeding, and waiting? You have to get in there and you have to get all of those corners out. It would have been nothing for you to run water through that, get all of that stuff out of there, and then put the lights in there to let it dry out so that it doesn't mess up the wood. But that right there, that's a petri dish for make sure y'all see all of it. That's a petri dish for parasites and stuff. Ooh, child. Okay.
We put down black trash bags over the actual flooring, so the flooring doesn't get wet. And I need to get more black trash bags. We got it mucked out, got it cleaned out.
No, you didn't.
We have one bag of shavings left here. I need to get a couple more bags of shavings. I need to get feed for chick starter, grower feed. But this is the brooder, and I built this, I think.
Just look at all this mess stacked up around it. Oh, God.
It was last year. I can't remember. But my wife, she wanted a big, bulky brooder that was safe from raccoons and possums and coyotes and all those type of things, but also held at least 100 chickens. And so I built this myself, designed it myself, and I built it to spec to where it can hold at least 100 baby chickens for couple weeks or something like that, really even longer, because it probably can hold 200-300, because this is a big old brooder. Once you put them inside of there, you realize how small they are, and they don't take up much space at all.
Lord.
I'm also get another heat lamp, because these heat lamps, you need those early on in the baby chicken's life. And we're also gonna put some hooks on there, just so it
Who wants some good old sales chickens? You know how you have Tyson chicken, Purdue chicken, Pilgrim's chicken, Butterball chicken. Who wants some sales chicken? Who's waiting in line for this good old chicken? Some good old bird flu and some good old salmonella. Who's in line for their chicken and how it's raised? He's showing you the starting foundation now. That's the foundation they're starting with. Yep. Can't make this stuff up.
I made it pretty heavy, where a raccoon shouldn't be able to get in there, but they get their hand up under there just right, and it's a couple of them, they might be able to get that raised up. So I'm going to add a hook on there. Megan and the boys, my wife and my kids, they want me to add on a hook so that it'll be secure, so we won't have to drill, because last year we drilled down the lid overnight, and we're trying to avoid that step and just make it a little bit more efficient. But that's it. And our brooder is inside of our amazing barn that I built myself with my own two hands. Sometimes I come in this barn and I really can't even believe that I built this thing myself. And my wife and my kids, they helped me with that as well. It's all a family affair on everything we do. But this old barn that we named Errands, we built this thing from scratch. And we actually lived in this barn. It was an off-grid cabin back then for the first 9 months.
So I'm wondering if they still have, because someone mentioned that white deep freezer. I wonder if they still have it and it's out there behind on that, because this is a really tall pile of stuff, like something maybe sitting on top of something.
On everything we do. But this old barn that we named Ernest, we built this thing from scratch. And we actually...
all that stuff back there, what is it sitting on? It could be totes or something. I don't recall what they did with that deep freezer, because, you know, we all know that they had one prior to moving in the house. And it didn't come in the house with them, but where is it? So I don't know. That stuff is piled up pretty high, so that's the only place I could figure it is, unless they actually threw it away with one of those dumps, as Tim calls it. But it's when they got the dumpsters out there. I don't know.
lived in this barn. It was an off-grid cabin back then for the first 9 months while we lived on this property. We sold our house in the city, gave away a few properties in the city that we owned because we ran a ministry for probably 8-9 years, almost a decade. And the Lord told us, well done, my good and faithful servants. You've been faithful over few. Now I'm going to make you ruler over many. And now he's giving us visions to give away millions of dollars of farm fresh meats, to have hundreds and thousands of acres, to be in real estate, to be invested.
Give away hundreds of thousands of acres. Tim keeps trying to grow this 4.8 into more than what it is. Then he said hundreds, now it's hundreds and millions. You know, dream big, but you got to take care of what you have first, Tim. And then I'm sure lying is not helping your resume at all.
Investors, business owners, to show the world what it looks like to be a faith-based business owner, because we need more of those, what the Lord spoke to us. And so he's evolving us to the level that he wants us to be at, so that he can showcase his glory through us, because he knows that it's going to be all about God and everything we do. But I got that tire taking off that tractor. It's loaded.
It should be some type of prerequisites, like to say that you're a faith-based business, you should have to open up your Bible, read from it, translate what you read, and you should have to do that. You should have to cover certain chapters of the Bible, and every time it be something different to prove to us that you are a faith-based business, because just saying it is not enough. You know, for me to get my hair license renewed, I have to take continuing education, and then they're going to test me to make sure that I actually retained what the subject matter was. If not, I'm going to have to do it again until I get it right, or there's no renewal. There should be something. You shouldn't just be able to say faith-based when it starts dealing with tax cuts and different things like that. Something should make them have to prove what they say, because we know that Tim never opens his Bible. We've never seen him open his Bible, read from it, and be consistent. None of that. He puts random scriptures up, he misinterprets them, and that's the extent of him and his Bible study. And then he says faith-based. He mistreats his children. He has a favorite that he makes very obvious. He mistreats his wife. He's selfish. He's greedy. He's a what do you call it? A worshiper of meat. He's a worshiper of material items for himself, not for everybody else. The very vehicle he's pointing at, he had praise and worship about that vehicle. He names his items. His items mean something to him. He gives them identities because they mean something to him, and not in a good way. Those are his accumulations. Something should be done where he has to prove that he's a faith-based business and not just saying God out of his mouth. And that's for everybody across the board. Now, I know a lot of them get up here and can put on a good show up until everything comes to the light. But Tim doesn't even know how to do that. Like, he fails before he even gets to that point. And he's getting more and more away from it. If you go watch earlier videos and then you come and watch this one, you'll see how far away he's gotten from anything being about God. You'll see it. You'll see how much he used to implement it, and he doesn't do that anymore.
Look, rooster, and we're ready to roll and go do some errands and run some errands at least. And we're gonna try to get these things done. Some of my errands are completely on a different side of town.
Some of my errands. So you have Megan, who had to take all the boys with her. Now here Tim is going by himself as usual. And I talked about this before. He never allows Megan time at home by herself to woosah. He was bragging, saying he wanted to get the boys' chores done for them before they made it home. Why didn't he have them finished before they got home? He was spending his time how he wanted to. His time. He was spending his time how he wanted to. Megan was in the bedroom trying to catch a few minutes to herself, and he had to go walk her down because he was feeling some type of way about her not being in the classroom with the boys and maybe getting some minutes to herself. If she's not on medication, she's going to need it. I'm really going to have to invest in me a new tripod because it readjusts itself and starts sliding down and all types of stuff. But she's been a trooper for a while.
Than others. And so I'm going to try to make it as efficient as possible to get these things done. So we need to get the hog that we had processed. We need to get this tire fixed. We need to go to Tractor Supply, maybe a co-op, get some hooks and latches and feed, and I want to get pond dye for the pond because it's time to dye the pond. We need to do some more pasture and pond maintenance and all those type of things. So a lot in store. It's springtime on the farm, and eventually we're gonna start back on renovations. But it's just so much going on right now in spring. If y'all remember last year when we did the side,
we're gonna finish back on renovations, but it's just so much going on. That's gonna be his excuse. That's what I said. That project, he started it as a filler. As a filler, because he has run out of steam. He has nothing left for construction. That porch, Tim was gung-ho about getting those sliding doors in there. They'll have those doors in there probably 5 years before they see a porch. So much going on. It's springtime. We're going to get back to it, but you're sick of it. And really, to be honest, we were sick of watching you do it. So, thank you. I know I was. I didn't want to hear C and R no more. And I know y'all, if y'all know, you know, I did not want to hear C and R no more.
Siding project, the amazing siding project. Y'all see that? That looks amazing back there. We completely ripped all of the metal siding off our mobile home. And then we put up OSB, house wrapped it, replaced every window, every door, the whole entire roof on that thing, and it was a big project. But we really didn't get going good on that until like late spring into summer, on through fall, and then once fall time hit, y'all know we took a trip to Disney World, and we enjoyed ourselves. So we're gonna work hard, and we're gonna rest even harder. But I'm just kind of dabbling around with some of the projects now. I may be able to work on the house once or twice a week, but I have all these animals. I have sheep on the ground, pastures that need to be maintained. We have baby pigs on the ground, chickens that are going to be coming, 50 meat chickens that are going to be coming. We're filling freezers. We're letting our overflow flow into other people's cups. And so once late spring gets here,
we're going to remember that statement and just be on the lookout for how many overcup running scenes we see. We're just going to wait and see how many times he shows us who he poured into because his cup is overflowing. We're on the lookout for that from this day forward because he said it. We're on the lookout for his cup overflowing videos. It should be many of them because of what he just said. He made it seem like many are going to receive some blessings from his cup overflowing. So we're waiting. This started the countdown for the first of a series of videos of him giving, right? That's what we should be seeing. Okay.
Going into like the heat of summer, that's where we're really gonna get like locked in, like every day, probably every video y'all will be seeing renovation type stuff at that point, and we'll be finishing off the skirting, and the skirting will be done by then, and we'll be starting.
I know some of y'all had a theory about GLP-1, and it's possible. He has lost weight fast, and a lot of them do. It's probably not a nice way to say it. They end up looking kind of like bobbleheads, where their face and head have not caught up with the body weight loss. And you know, I've said that before, that his face it's still bigger than what it was when he was smaller. So could be like that's a real thing. If you look at Anthony Anderson, he has a similar body type to Tim, and his face and head was huge still. It looked like the old him while the body had slimmed down. 50 Cent went through that for a second where you could see the old face but the new body. So it has side effects that are like telltale. So we're going to see. We're definitely going to see.
On the porch, we're going to build a full-length porch on the front, half-length porch on the back. So y'all just stay tuned. But for now, let's get this farm maintained and get everything we need so everything can work efficient. All of our animals can be doing well. All of our freezers can be full. So y'all join me today for these errands, and let's see what we can get done. Let's see if we can have some fun.
So he's going into town, I know. I don't want to watch him driving up the 405 if he plays that song. I may not want to watch him picking up stuff. Okay, I lied. I do want to see what has to be done here. The Forever Loving Lawnmower. It's like they know when I'm about to do a video. Wait, what did he say? I'm so angry about this lawnmower coming around that I missed what he said. I'm sorry. On the phone while working on my tire, but it's okay. Do you see what I'm saying? Here he is trying to hold somebody to a standard. Oh my God. Here he is trying to hold somebody to a standard. But why is it being repaired in the first place? No accountability for why this man is having to fix your tire. No accountability for the fact that you could not do it yourself. No accountability for you effing stuff up around that property and then just digging deep down in that wallet, shelling out cash for your mess ups, but everybody else has to be on pins and needles around you. He is such a narcissist. The amount of irritation that I have, shit. Oh my goodness. Ugh. But it's okay. It's gonna have to be, because you couldn't fix it yourself. It's gonna have to be, because guess whose business you're at? Who you gonna tell to put the phone down? Please let me know who you gonna tell to put the phone down. Jeez. This man right here gets my blood pressure high for no reason at all. He acts like he's so perfect. He acts so perfect. The last person to be perfect is him. Whew.
Tire shop on the way to the butcher shop, and I thought he was gonna be able to get it on there, but he said for some reason he couldn't get it back on. But he should have been able to do it, but I think he just gave up a little bit too quick. And like that sometimes, and now that makes me think that I should have went on here and just went to the tire shop first that I'm used to going to, instead of thinking that I can find somebody just out going down the road. He just gave up. It's like he tried for a little bit and then gave up. But so we're going to head.
Tire people know what they're doing. You know, I wonder if Tim messed anything up by rolling around on that when it was flat. And then he didn't go instantly and get it fixed. So it's been sitting like that for a while. It just makes me wonder if he messed that rim up in any type of way. I had a blowout one time, and the tire shop was like a mile from me. So rather than sit there, I drove to the tire shop. Now my tire was still wrapped around the rim, but it was gone. Like, it had no structure left to it or nothing. But I was just so desperate because I'm like, I don't have I had a spare. The spare had messed up. So I'm like, I got to get up here so I can buy this tire. And I drove it on up there, and I'm just like, Lord, please don't let me mess this rim up. And by the grace of God, I didn't, but I knew it was a possibility. I knew, like common sense, I knew it was a possibility that I could mess that rim up by doing that. And Tim continued to drive that, and it was flat. So, yet again, here he is, always downing people. The man said he couldn't do it. Okay, it is what it is. You couldn't do it either. And I'm just wondering if he, has made it to where it'll be hard for anybody to do it unless they do some extra stuff. But we'll see.
On to the butcher, pick up this meat, and then I guess we'll head on to Tractor Supply and try to get all the supplies we need for the farm. And then, I don't know.
His face says that his feelings are hurt. And to me, he may not have gotten a good report. He's saying that the man gave up, but to me, I'm just like, I stay in a pretty good sized park. It's always when I'm ready to go live, or do a video, that he's over here. I guess I pull his energy in. I don't know. But Tim's face, his feelings look hurt, like he got a bad report. And I believe he's saying one thing and was told something else. I believe he did something and messed that rim up a little bit. That's what I think. Or he told him he needs a whole new tire. Which I already said the price tag on that. So that could be what he was just told. Something right here happened that he didn't let us hear. And he's going to make it be the man's fault. But I'm going to go on.
Oh, I guess I got to come back out again to come to the tire shop. I might find another one and see if I can get them to put it on. And but see if somebody else will stick with it a little bit longer. But let me head on down the road, see if I can find another tire shop, see if I can find somebody to put this tire, get it back on the beat.
Oh, here's Cincinnati. And see. Yeah, I don't want to watch all of this. Ooh, I'm sorry about that lawnmower. Oh, he's picking up the meat. Is that what that is? So I know it had been mentioned the last time that Tim didn't take the camera in there. Now I see he's taking it back in there again. So I'm wondering if it's because it looks slower. Maybe there's nobody there to hold him accountable. So he pulled that camera out, like sneaking footage that he probably was asked not to get anymore. Tim talks. I don't want to see nothing else with meat. We know he's a lover of meat. I'm over it. And then one of you all had mentioned too about Tim having a lot of hawks, and that he had gotten more than he should have been able to have with the amount of pigs that they took. So yeah, I don't know. why he had so many. There were a lot lined up there, and I really didn't, pay attention to the amount that was on the grill compared to the amount of pigs that they slaughtered. But I do remember seeing one of you all talk about that. So that's interesting. During commercial breaks. But yeah, I think he just got told something bad about that tire, because, if you bring a person business, they're not just going to turn you away. He said the man just gave up, but we saw him working with that tire. He didn't just give up. He told you he couldn't do it.
Ground pork that doesn't have any salt, any seasoning, anything like that, so she can put her little special dash seasoning and all those things in there. But I'm gonna load back up, and I'm thinking about trying to catch the Tractor Supply down the road in Hazelhurst. But I'm almost thinking I'm gonna take this meat home and then go to the Tractor Supply that's near us and drop this tractor tire off at the tire shop that I'm used to, that's gonna actually put the effort in to actually fix it. And so yeah, I think I'm gonna do that, and go ahead and head home.
And then another thing, Tim just said that he was at a new place. The man probably didn't want that camera on him. That could have been an exchange of words. Something in Tim's face said his feelings was hurt. It's hard to get that look out of him. That expression does not come easily. Somebody put in some effort to make his face look like that. So that could have been a thing too, like, could you not record me? And then an exchange of words. I'm just guessing at stuff because something happened that he didn't show.
And get this meat in the freezer, and then I think we'll head to the Tractor Supply, head to town.
Matter of fact, let me go back just a little bit to that scene. I don't want to be guessing when it's right there. I'm gonna fast forward back, but I need to see this exchange, the very ending part of it. Was any words spoken in that last scene? One of y'all said Tim probably adding all this music because of how I cover his videos. Might be, but I'm still gonna cover them.
Is something wrong? All right, y'all, I found a little tire shop on the way to the butcher shop, and I thought he was gonna be able to.
Did I hear the word wrong at the end of that? Is something wrong?
Don't want to go, though. Is something wrong? All right, y'all, I found a little tire shop.
Don't want to go, does it? Is it something wrong? He cut out a conversation that we didn't hear. Which I figured. He cut out something that we didn't hear. Something was said about that tire and that rim. Tim said it don't want to go, does it? Tim said that, not the man. Tim said it don't want to go, does it? Then, as he's rolling it off, he's saying, is there something wrong? Or there must be something wrong. Whatever he said wrong was in it. How do you put that on the other person? And he cut the conversation out. He has edited out something. I knew it. I knew it. I know Tim, and I knew it. He gets in this truck, and his face was hurt.
And I thought he was going to be able to get it on there, but he said for some reason he couldn't get it back on. But he should have been able to do it. But I think he just gave up a little bit too quick. And it's like that sometimes. And now that makes me think that I should have went on here and just went to the tire shop first that I'm used to going to, instead of thinking that I can find somebody.
Why do you have to be so prideful? Like, why couldn't that just be what it is? You went to a tire shop. Either he could not fix it because of something that you did, and then you move on instead of making it be an issue. Who carries pride with them into every single darn situation? Who does that? Prideful about the stupidest of things. Who? Just Tim. My God.
Just out going down the road. He just gave up. It's like he tried for a little bit and then gave up. But so we're gonna head on to the butcher, pick up this meat, and then I guess.
Yeah, that man's job is to fix tires, but it's not to mess. To clean up Tim's messes.
We'll head on to Tractor Supply and try to get all the supplies we need for the farm.
I had a cracked rim before. You know, if you have a cracked rim, you can't go to the tire shop with that. You got to go to people that fix rims. So how do I go to the tire shop and then get mad at them because they couldn't fix it? Something else is having to be done, and Tim is going to have to take it to a place that handles whatever that man told him needs to be done. That's what that is. He's trying to make it seem like somebody didn't want to do their job. He just told you it's going to require more than what I'm about to be mad at them. Get over here. Might as well turn my hair on at this point. Sorry, y'all. I mean, he is all around on both sides now.
And then I don't know. I guess I gotta come back out again to go to the.
It's almost like you're just sitting there.
Like that. Got some ground pork, yeah.
Now, do y'all see what I mean by he records everything? So here he is. I don't know if y'all can hear me. Here he is with that camera in one hand and that sack of meat in the other hand. He could have set that sack down on the stairs to open the door for himself, but he didn't want to miss whatever shot he was trying to get. And this is the same person that wants people to believe he has given meat away and didn't record it. He just took that camera with him to try and get a tire fix. He just took that camera in to pick up some meat and show all of their details. Yet still, this is a person that wants you to believe he gave meat away, part of his ministry, and didn't show that part of his ministry. That's what he wants people to believe.
Yeah, I just. One more bag.
He's excited about that meat. He's like, let me take an extra trip home so it won't sit out in this heat. I don't want to mess my meat up. Then I'll go finish the rest of my errands.
Ribs and pork liver. Oh yeah. Hey, how's it going?
Do you look so different these days? He doesn't look bad at all. He looks healthy, but he looks so different.
Got some more ground pork for you. Well, come on, see what you got over here.
Makes me wonder if both of the Tims are on GLP-1. Because my goodness, they have slimmed down fast.
All right. Come on.
Yeah, I tried to go get the tire fixed. It just, a little tired stuff that you see along the road, and it wasn't a good experience. And so that led me to say, I'm just gonna go to Tractor Supply that we've been going to, so I don't have to deal with the frustration. That makes sense. Yeah. But yeah, we have you plenty of ground pork. I know you're super excited about all that ground pork. It's a nice amount though.
It is.
Out of that one hog, one little small hog.
All I keep seeing is more overflow, y'all. We know how their deep freezers look. We're not sure what they did with all of that smoked sausage, but it was a lot of sausage. And now this is more meat. More meat. When does the giving begin? What are you waiting on? That meat didn't even have to come home with you if you have a mission for it. How do you store it?
Listen, we might not want to eat the meat from a pig. It's kind of crazy. They went crazy. It's like
we might go crazy.
Exactly. I guess that's what they're trying to say. It's like the crazy gene is not transmissible.
Now, who is he talking about said that? Who is he talking about? This music makes me miss some things, but let me just, I'm going to just take one for the team.
Let's settle down singing.
Yes, settle down.
See what we got from this little pig. A little bit crazy. That was a name, wasn't it, Mama? Her name was a little bit crazy. Listen, somebody was saying we might not want to eat the meat from a pig. It's kind of crazy.
Somebody. Who is somebody, Tim? Somebody was saying we might not want to eat. I know I said it. I know we talked about it in the comments, and I'm not sure if it was said anywhere else, but anybody with common sense wouldn't want to eat an animal that was acting like that. But Tim wastes no meat. Same as he wastes no footage. So he's about to give his excuse why they can still eat that meat with no fear.
They went crazy. It's like
we might go crazy.
Exactly. I guess that's what they're trying to say. It's like the crazy gene is not transmissible through meat. Let's just.
So he can have his own beliefs about that. Tim will make up anything to protect his God. And that's what people do. If it's something that you worship, you protect it at all costs. So that's what he's doing right now. He's not going to say that they were right, because he has meat held in a very high position. It's sitting on a pedestal that you can't touch. Us saying that, his mind automatically starts searching for, how do I defend my God? I know what they said, but I know it's not true, because it's my God. It's never done me wrong. I'm just getting more and more and more of it. The animal was acting crazy, but my God is still going to do me right. And God I'm speaking of is his meat, not the Heavenly Father.
Make that's been scientifically proven.
Rabies or she
right.
rabbit or anything like that. It was just more like she was, aggressive and displayed traits that we don't like in our animals.
It's just like if you have a bull.
I want to say something new, because I've covered this when they took the animal in the first place. When they first put the animal in the back of that cattle hauler, I had something to say about it. But I just don't know. I don't know. I'm going to let them keep talking. I have a million thoughts right now about this crazy meat, but I'm going to just let them talk.
And the bull is out there like ramming the fence and stomping his foot. It's like, we can't eat that bull because he's being a bull. It's like, it's a bull.
It's a bull's instinct, dummy. It's a bull's instinct. If it was that pig's instinct, you would not have went and took it to the butcher. it was acting out of character. A bull being a bull. That pig was not being a pig in y'all's eyes, or it would still be living and breathing and breeding more piglets. Y'all felt like the piglets were expendable and the pig was expendable. Make it make sense. You're having two different arguments right now. You're talking about the nature of a bull, and then you slaughtered an animal for acting outside of its nature. Timmy.
It's like the ram is out there ramming the fence and ramming the rams. We can't eat the ram because he's been a ram. It's like, no, that's what they do.
Right.
So if that's what pigs do, the pig would still be there, right or wrong? Y'all just help me understand what Tim is saying right now. If the pig was acting within its nature, it would still be there, right? And then here we have Junior, deer in caught in headlights again. And Benjamin in long sleeves again. Oh, I always got the baby in long sleeves, and I see why now.
Everything.
A double yolk.
And they ate them all in like one day, and I was surprised. Yeah. But this.
They ate them all in one day. I was so surprised. They starve everything out there. Why be surprised? They'll eat anything if they're starving.
You gotta get your thing neat when you're showing off your meat, yeah?
Yeah.
Presentation.
Presentation for that
Put that
God.
liver off in there. Yeah. All right.
Presentation for that God. Won't clean that side by side. Won't clean that bedroom. Won't clean his hands. Won't clean that grill. Won't clean anything but presentation for his God. Gotta get it straight. It's gotta look good. We're presenting my God now. We, can't have that. This can't be looking crazy. Everything else can. But my God, we're gonna get it together. I made a trip home just to make sure that this don't defrost. I made a trip home just so I can brag about this, even though I have other errands I need to do today. My God has to be presented right, though.
All right. This is our haul right here. And we have
now he's
ribs,
cut everything over
spare
here.
Ribs,
Here he come again.
neck bones here. They'll probably go to the chickens because on these hogs there's not really enough meat on these neck bones. And then we have 4 ham hocks. We had the right amount of ham hocks. Megan always thinks that they give us ham hocks from other pigs.
I don't know why.
Because
so many ham hocks.
Because you have so many pigs.
Nope, we're not gonna do that. They are addressing what was said in the comments because one of you all said that they had way too many ham hocks. I don't remember who it was, but there was a conversation about that in the comments, that she had too many ham hocks for the amount of pigs that they took. That was said, that was stated. Now Tim is saying it's because she doesn't ever cook them, but that would mean that you were talking about frozen ham hocks. We were talking about fresh ham hocks that y'all smoked. You didn't say you took any out to unthaw them, and we know how y'all are about unthawing. All of those ham hocks were fresh. None of those have been unthawed. They were all fresh from the butcher. He's addressing it, and he's getting her to address it. They're sneaking it in right now. He's trying to account for whatever y'all said.
It's like you never use them, and then you add ham hocks to your freezer, but you're not taking away cooking ham hocks. But last time we smoked your ham hocks, so this time we smoked your ham hocks, and so now you're gonna actually use them, right? And then you're not gonna be surprised that you have a freezer full of ham hocks. You have to cook ham hocks, Megan, to get rid of ham hocks. They don't just disappear.
He's trying to joke with her. Megan says she was giving good suggestions to cook with the ham hocks. She said, oh yeah, you can smoke them and then we can season the meat with them. She does not know what to do with ham hocks. So of course they're still sitting in the freezer. From that conversation, she's yet to do any research. She's lost in the sauce. She doesn't get the seasoning that she can get from it. After you smoke that ham hock, Tim, after you smoke it, like she put that seasoning on there. She didn't even have to do that. She didn't have to season it. All you had to do was wash it and smoke it. And then when you use it to flavor greens, cabbage, or whatever, not meat though, not another piece of meat, but when you use that ham hock to season a vegetable, green beans, just whatever you want to put it in, whatever vegetable you want to put it in, the natural salts from that pork is going to come out and season that meat. Because Tim loves to say that pork is not salty, and it is. And you do not have to season it. All you have to do is smoke it and then cook it in something, and it's going to naturally season it. Why? Because that's naturally salty. But she don't know what to do with it. So that's why they're still in there. She has done no research. She doesn't understand the power of a ham hock. And clearly he doesn't either. He wants to see them used. He really don't know how to use them either. He's telling her she have to use them. He can't give her a suggestion. Mr. Culinary can't give suggestions. He's just saying what she should do.
They don't just disappear. So we have ham hocks, spare ribs, got your pork tail there. Probably go to the
That pork tail looked like a rat. That pork tail looked like a skinned rat. I just don't think every part is worth saving. But from the rooter to the tutor, Tim don't let the oink get away. Do you hear me? Tim does not let the oink get away. Okay.
chickens, liver, and then really what we were going for was the ground pork. Everything else is just what they have to give you because it's too many bones to be cutting around that meat. But that looks good. And y'all think y'all better handle it from there?
Oh, yes. Most
Y'all better handle it, boys?
Yeah.
All right, they say they have control of this meat here, and that's a nice little haul from a little pig that we took that we wanted to cull out of the flock, and that's what you do on the farm with animals, whether it's a rooster being aggressive, whether it's a ram, a bull, a pig, whatever it is, that's what you do. Some people sell those animals to other people and don't tell them that it's crazy. Some people take it to the sale barn, and then somebody else buys and has those troubles. But our morals and our standards, we send those out.
It's not morals and standards. Tim is not going to raise some meat successfully and it does not die, and then he can't hit the profit for him off of that meat is that he actually gets to consume it, not the money off of it, not to make money from it, to actually consume it. That's where he finds the joy. That is what makes it precious to him. Not, oh my goodness, if I slaughter this amount and charge this amount, I can get this amount. That's not his motivation, because he's getting paid how he wants to get paid. Plus, for him to start selling this will become a job, and he's not looking for that. He wants to be able to spend his time how he wants to. If I start a project and don't touch it for 2 months, I'm still going to make money. If I do this randomly over here and that randomly over there, but I don't want nobody to come looking for me for things that I have to do repetitiously, because now that's going to be a job. That's a commitment that I'm not trying to do. He don't want it. He does not want it at all.
Almost a freezer camp, and we turn them into something that's useful in our mind, which is protein. So yeah, all right, y'all, I'm gonna head on back to town. All right, try to see if I can get this tractor tire fixed.
Woo!
Yeah. On it, y'all, so hop right back on.
So if that's all it took, then why sit there and belittle somebody else? You know, I have a tire shop, a local tire shop that I frequent. Whenever I have anything going on with tires, I frequent them. And I have gone to other places, 2 other places outside of them, and I didn't like the process. So I don't go there anymore. Me going to the place that I'm comfortable with, that gives me the customer service and the expertise that I desire, does not make those other places bad. It does not make me talk crazy about them. And one of them, they did what I needed them to do. They just couldn't do everything that I, was asking. And he was like, could you give me a good review? Of course. I didn't have a horrible experience. You still met my needs. I will give you a good review. I understand what reviews do for businesses. I understand what movement on people's pages do for their presence on the internet. So of course I'll give you a good review. But to get to my car and pull my phone out and can't wait to bash y'all about nothing, that's Tim. That's who he is. And he has no shame in that. And then he has enough nerve to say God. He'll say God. This is all about God. And he cannot wait to tear the next man down. His subscribers are always, you can't wait to tear a black family down. You can't wait to tear a black man down. He can't wait to tear anyone down. Anyone. You'll take up for him and then he will tear you down. You think you and Tim are one and the same, but run across him in public and see how he treats you. That's a mic drop on that sentence right there. Meet Tim in town and see how he treats you.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him the check and see if he can find that slow leak too. So we wanna
see if you can find that slow leak too. We want him to
run it flat again.
Tim had a slow leak on this, he said, for a while. This is something that should have been handled while he had the camera in Megan's face.
But that's what happens when you get back on the right side of town. It's like I ain't, like I always say, I might be dumb, but I ain't stupid. And I knew that.
You a lie. You a lie. You a lie. You are a lie. You are both. You are both. You are both, sir. You are both. You're both. You found a place to go to that's not dumb or stupid. But you yourself are both of those. Because you know to pull off from a place and know what they're doing does not put you on the same playing field as them. Understand? Otherwise you wouldn't have to go there. So you are.
Guy wasn't doing the best job he could do at the other place. And actually they popped it back on and asked him how much I owed him. And they said it's on the house. Because I know these guys and I come up here all the time. Yeah, so I just need to get back on the right side of town and get some photos away.
Or that could have been the conversation. Pricing. That could have been what terminated the end of the service. Who knows? I don't trust what he says. If you lie to me once, you'll lie to me over and over again. And Tim lies about the smallest of things, so I know he'll lie about something big. So he's bragging about being able to get that done for free. And getting anything done with a tire is not that expensive, so it could have been money, the reason he rolled it off. Who knows?
To do their job because that guy at the other spot just wasn't doing his job. But now I have the track tire fixed. I have the meat back at the house, and so my last errand that I want to get done is to go get a bunch of supplies for the farm, chicken brooders. I have a whole list from Megan and the boys that I need to get filled up. And so we're going to head to Track Supply, which is just right across the road. And we're going to get filled up on these supplies. And then we can head back to the farm and all my errands will be done for the day. And we'll get back, put this track tire on. and we'll make sure now that I keep the right amount of air in the tires, because he checked it and it didn't even have a slow leak in it. And I thought it had a slow leak because the tire was kind of low. But evidently, I just didn't have enough air in it. And then I scooped up a load of crushing run, and it went down. And I tried to turn, and that's when the bead popped off. And so so I'm glad I didn't tear it up. And there was a slit in the tire, but it wasn't all the way through. And so I will need to replace those tires eventually. But let's get on the Tractor Supply and get up.
You can see the slit. That's why I had focused on that when I covered it, because the way that it was folded, you could see that slit. But he admitted that it was his fault for not keeping the tires aired up, and that's something he does with everything out there. He's always having to air up a tire, and he'll know it's low and keep pushing and keep pushing and keep pushing. Tim just lives and breathes. He's not a manly man. He doesn't do preventive maintenance. He always has to learn stuff the hard way. That's him. He wants to learn stuff the hard way.
All these supplies for Megan and the boys for the homeschool, vocational homeschool, chicken brooder, and we'll head on back to the farm and we'll be done today.
I know he's terrorizing some people in here. I mean, he's been quiet all morning, and he decides to come over to this side when I'm recording. It's irritating. I guess I'm going to have to figure out a different schedule so that doesn't happen again, because that was very intrusive, and I'm irritated by it.
And I need to get the other one aired up just as good as that one, because this one over here kind of looking a little bit low. So we need to make sure that we don't pop that one off the bead.
There's no we, sir. It's just you. Your family does not handle that equipment. That's you. Tim was so anxious to get all this expensive equipment just to be tearing it up. He said we have to make sure we get it aired up. Oh, it's just you. You're the one that popped that other one off too. That wasn't a we. Your family had nothing to do with that. That's all you. Take responsibility for it. He wants to spread out being irresponsible.
Like we did the other one. But I'm glad that we had that fixed. And now I can get back to some of my renovation stuff, because I need to scoop up some more crushing run and pack it down in that area where Gideon has been going in and out from under the house. But now...
So anything that was going to stay set in place, Gideon wouldn't be able to remove it right now. And the day will come, if it's not Gideon, it'll just be a random raccoon or something that will dig its way through those rocks, because they'll always be able to do that.
I have a homeschool.
He said he might be dumb, but he's not stupid. Is that what he said? He just said that, right? He might be dumb, but he is not stupid. Yet and still, we still talking about that CNR. Okay.
Out here with me. Noah's out here. Mama's over there. Tim and Titus. And they're going to meet me over at the barn once I pull Rooster over there. And we'll get all the stuff that they had me giving Tractor Supply loaded up or unloaded into the barn. And then we kind of make a plan for when we're going to install the things and what all we need to do, because I have a whole latching system, chain system that they want to do. And so we'll get all that figured out. We won't do it on today's video, but we'll at least kind of talk through it and figure out what we want to do and get everything unloaded. And let me go ahead.
I think that's all I'm going to cover for this. Yeah, I'm just there finishing up. So that was my reaction to this video. I'm going to go double back and tomorrow cover the one from yesterday, but I just want to go ahead and cover this one. Because I saw the one from yesterday and I hadn't seen this one, so I'm like, while I watch it, I may as well go ahead and do a reaction to it. Still Tim being Tim is all I can say. Still Tim being Tim. I don't know how to recap this one. It just is what it is. But I feel that he misspoke when he said that he may be dumb, but he's not stupid. You know, that's my takeaway from this whole video. And that he just marked the spot of where we're supposed to start seeing him do giveaways. That's what I heard him say, that he has overflow. And that he was about to start blessing people. So, those are my two takeaways from this video. Other than that, just more of the same. Him being him. Belittling people. Worshipping meat. Not taking accountability for anything he does. Still being an unsanitary person. You know, just Tim being Tim. So, I'm going to go ahead and end this reaction here. And again, I'm going to cover the one from yesterday tomorrow. So, I'm going to get out of here and I'll see you guys then. Bye.